Said, we'd like to offer you a different position than a teller because you did so well, on your test. Remember, it was $75 a week. Now I get out, and I don't like to be idle. I want to work. But, I never went to college, so I don't have a college degree. So my aunt gets me an interview at a bank, right? Starting salary, it's huge, $75 a week. So in order to get to the bank, I had to get on a bus to a train and take another train. So I had to leave my house at 6:45 to get there at 9 o'clock. So I go for the interview all day. I said, well, to be a teller, basically, right? I was pretty smart. I'm smart now. I was smart then. So I take all these tests. At the end of the day, it's like 3 o'clock, and the woman says, they'd like to see you back uptown. Okay, and they give me $5 for the train. The train at the time was 35 cents. I kept the $5 and I took the train because it was a lot faster anyway. Right. So I go in this office, I'm talking to this guy. He said, we'd like to offer you a different position than a teller because you did so well, on your test. Remember, it was $75 a week.
Yep.
I said, okay, what do you have for me? He said, we'd like to put you in our management training program. Starting salary is $23,000 a year.
Okay.
So I went from $75 to what, $425 a week? And I just got out of the Navy, short hair and all these hippies running around and shit. So I said, I got to ask you, I appreciate that, but why me? Because I find out later, in order to get in this program, you have to have a college degree or you work for the bank for 10 years. So he says, I like the way you walk. I said, oh, shit. He said, let me clarify. He said, when I interviewed you and you came into the office, you walked in like it was your office.
Yep.
Like you were in charge.
You had that Lenny Fisher energy back then, too.
Yeah, he said, like you're in charge. I said, I'll take the job. Everyone in that program resented me. Then they said, hey, well, I would like to take you out for lunch. I said, go fuck yourself. I said, cut that out. I said, go to, I am not going to lunch with you guys. I said, someday you're going to look back on this and you're going to be working for me.
That's right.